Hey there, glad you found me. It's the John Freitag channel. So I'm working on this 830 case tractor, and this is the next day of me getting to the bottom of this injector pump scenario. So here's the injector pump that belongs on this motor. This motor right here. This motor, if you don't know, if you haven't seen any other videos, this is an 830 case Comfort King, but we found the motor out of an 855B, I think. Maybe it was a C, because I can't seem to find Bs anywhere. An 855B case bucket loader from like 1984. So that should be about the last year for this motor. It's a 331 case. It's replacing the original 830 motor, which was a 301 case. And there was some improvements made on these. They got cross-flow heads. It's just a way better motor. It's got better injectors. It no longer has the, what do you call it, the power cell in the head for the injector spray to shoot into and fire and all that. These are turbochargeable. You'll get some more power that way. But we got it all in here. It's taken us quite some time because it's just time, our free time. We've been monkeying around with this thing and it's been taking quite some time. We got to paint it up. We're going to leave this tin's patina. We're starting to get her back together, and then we go to start it, and guess what happens? Stuck. These plungers are stuck. Now, there's ways to free them up, but it's already too late because we already broke off one of the plungers that holds the spring, so this just can't work. Next step. Figure we take the original fuel pump off the 301 motor and install it on there, but it is different. There's too many differences. For instance, this housing here, we wouldn't be able to bolt this on, so then it would not match with the front cover. So all that to say, it's just not going to work. We just can't bolt it on. So what's the next step? I really have nothing to lose. This is a core anyway. So I'm going to try, this is my plan today, I'm going to try and remove these plungers out of this pump and replace them with the plungers from this pump that we knew were good. So that's what I'm going to work on today, is pulling these plungers out. If I get it done in time, I'll start throwing the thing together and see if it'll fire up. Now, I don't know if these flow rates on these plungers are going to match, if it's going to work. Maybe I'll do this and then send this out and have it benched. I might do that, but I think right now I'm just going to tear into it and see what I can figure out. As is always the case, I got to get a decent place to work. I got this chunk of this table cleaned off, and I'm going to clean it up as best I can. I just got to get all the dust and dirt off it. I've been doing body work in here, all kinds of different things. If you guys watch my videos, you'll see that I have a wide... My brain has got a lot of different things it looks at. We're always doing something different, it seems like. Even now, I'm kind of just scamming a day off right now. I'm waiting for my brewery license to come in so I can do a brewery too, which is entirely different than all this mechanical stuff I usually do. But it's kind of a necessity for the barbecue, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do what I got to do to keep going. Okay, I'm going to clean this thing out. It looks to be soft plugs in here. These are the bottoms of the barrels. I got to get these out. And that's one of the things I got to do. So I'm going to try cleaning this thing up some, just so I can get rid of the dirt before I actually start tearing it apart. Once I start tearing it apart, we've got these seals. You know, this is obviously what they do at the Bosch shop because they want to make sure that nobody monkeys around with these things. Okay, let's see. Let's see how these screws come out. Wow. That was easy. That was easy too. Unfortunately, I have to take this whole governor housing off because I got to take the cam out. And I got to, wait a minute, do I? I do. I got to take this, the flyweights out so I can pull the camshaft out. Now, I'm in so far over my head with this thing that it's not even funny. No, really, it's not funny. Yep, got it. These are really not very tight. This is another thing this injector pump has. The other one doesn't. Is a shutdown. You got to pull this, put a cable on that, tug it to shut down the tractor. Now I don't know what it's going to take to pull this thing apart, and what I have to unhook inside there. Ooh. Let's see if I can. Oh, got me an oil slick. Yeah, as usual, making a mess. So I got to clean up this mess kind of quick. Yep, got me a nice little oil slick. Luckily, I have a surplus of rags. So I'm going to mop this up, and then we'll see if this cover looks like it wants to just come right off. All right, there's a couple things connecting me here, I can tell. I'm not exactly sure how they come apart. There's got to be an easy way. I might have to take this back cover off. And there's something definitely up here holding it. I think what I'm going to do is there's a plug here with an Allen. I'm going to take that out. I'm going to take this back cover off. And we're going to see what's in there. I just got the thought that I'm going to cheat and see if I can pop this seal off. Well, it didn't take nothing. So I can easily replace that seal. It's kind of silly to even have that. I just have to untwist the wire, pull it out through the bolt holes, and probably need a pair of pliers to do it. What do we got here? There we go. That's how easy that was. All right, so I'll save that. So I'll cheat and put it back on. Well, if they really wanted me to not put it back on, they should have made it a little tougher. Oh, let's see. Nope, this one's coming off easy too. So this is really not difficult. This is supposed to be like a seal, you know, a security seal. That really didn't do a whole lot. So, all right. Wire's a little tough to yank through there, but I'll get it. I need a needle nose, which I just happen to have here. Oh, and I broke it. That's okay. I could loop it around there if I really wanted to. You know what? I probably won't even bother putting this back on. It'll be kind of a counterfeit. I don't know if I want to do that. All right. Gotta go find wrenches. Well, I'm in a bit of a stumper. I'm not sure how to unhook this. This whole back thing will flop around like that. I'm looking down in there. I don't see any way to unhook the linkages. So I'm going to have to cipher this out. I might have to do some Googling. Okay, so I popped this cap off. This is the end of the rack. Right, and that rack goes through here, moves the plunger so that it regulates how the fuel goes through. That comes all the way to here. And it seems to be in that position, because as I look on this side, all these little dogs are angling that way, which means this rack is that way, which is making this tighter for me, because that's hooked in there, and I think that's my hooking problem. That's somehow I got to unhook that rack. Now I've tapped this with a hammer a little bit, and I'm not having any luck with it, and I really don't want to tap it a whole lot, so I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. I may start taking this apart and see if I can pull these out, because that'll hopefully loosen that up, in which case maybe then I can go ahead and get this unpinned. Well, this is still a depressing scenario, but I got these loosened up. It didn't take that much. I found a 1932nd, a 2932nd wrench that fit on here tight enough. It's metric. I think it's like 21 millimeter. I don't happen to have one. So, all that to say, I'm taking these out. I'm going to take them out one at a time, and I'm going to put them in this box. I don't think I got to be real fussy about storing them, but I think there could be shims under them. I got to watch out for that. This one's dripping now. There must be fuel up in there. But yeah, I'm just going to start taking these out. Let's see what I find. Where's my wrench? There it is. Got a little snug on me again, but they really weren't too tight. But that's probably part of the reason you have those holders on there. All right. Fuel. I got this guy with some kind of rubber seal there. There's a spring inside there. I don't know if you can see it. And then there's this guy up in here. So this must be the delivery valve. See, I don't know what I'm doing with this. There's that part, and this was right like this. And that actually has a little spring in there. It must be a check ball. Yeah. Now, what else is in there I gotta dig out? There's a barrel. I don't know if you can see in there or not, but you can see how it is. You can see the plunger with the groove. You can see the barrel with the groove. But they're just so darn stuck. I don't know if I can push any of this stuff out. If anything will move. It moves a little bit, but not enough to do anything. Oh. I'm moving something, but I don't know what. Looks like it's moving the whole plunger scenario. I could do that on all of them. This one's really tight. And this is the one that's broke. Boy, I'm going to be upset if I find out all I had to do was break these loose one at a time and the thing would start working. So I think I'm back to tapping that. If I can tap that and get it to move, it might tell me I'm going in the right direction. Maybe I can just pry this a little bit. Nope, it's still stuck. Yeah, that's still stuck. You can see here these are what hook to the rail. They got teeth on the other side, like the rack and pinion kind of deal. And none of them will move. But I can do this. I can get under it and can you see that moving? Answer me. Sometimes I forget it's a video camera. Anyway, yeah, that moves there, but I think, yeah, I can tell by looking that the plunger, which is hooked right to that stem, is not moving. So that's not freeing anything up. I guess I'll just keep taking these out. Not that it's going to really help me much, but I'm going to do it anyway. I got a little stiff. Oh, now it's recording. Well, anyway, I've taken all these out. And what you find in here is your delivery valve with a spring in there, a check, and then this gizmo goes on top. I've tried to move these around, but it's not working. It's just not working. I got these to move. I got these guys to move around up and down, but it's still, the rack's still tight. See, these will move independently, but those barrels are just stuck. So, not really sure what to do about that. Okay, so I got all those delivery valves out. So you can see, if you look in there, hopefully this thing will focus for us. Yeah, you see some grunge. The plungers are all the way up top, except for number one, which is not all the way up top for some reason. Not sure exactly why. That was spooky. So I'm going to see if I can tap these plungers and get them to move. All right, I found a small punch. I'm going to see if I can drive it a little bit. I really got nothing to lose. Oh, that's solid. Oh, that one moved. That one moved. That one's pretty solid. Let me try this one again. I moved it, but wow. That one moved quite a bit. Okay. Oop, hit bottom there. Yep, hit bottom there. Don't forget there's still a cam under there. I can't just pound them down. Maybe if I hit a little lubricant on there, I'll be able to do something. Yeah, gonna try some lube. But you know what? The way these are, it looks like they're rusty. It looks like maybe it got water in there, and that's what ruined them. I don't know. It looks like maybe rusty. I can't hardly see, but they're stuck. So I guess I gotta lube them up, free them up, so I can move this rail back, so I can get in here, get this wide enough so I can unpin something. I gotta be able to take something apart in there. I mean, other people do it. All right, here's one of the barrels. And it's got a plunger in it. And it is tight, it's stuck. I'm gonna see if I get it apart. I mean, it's ruined because the end was popped off, so there's no retainer for the valve. It's not a valve spring, but it's like a valve spring. It's the retainer that holds the spring to the end of the stem. Yeah, that was courtesy of our butchery. Here it is, right here, and it's tight. I gotta hold my table here. It's 1/4-inch plate table. Drop it in. I'm just going to drive this thing out. It's all junk anyway. It was really tight. I did a couple taps before. Well, there it is. No real rust. Probably if we had taken some time with some penetrating oil, we could have got it to go again. But it's stiff. It's tight. They're really stuck. But now that I got it free, it looks like it would go. What a bummer. Pretty grungy though. I mean, there's a lot of grunge in there. I don't know. These are pushed up so high. I think these got shoved up higher than they ever should naturally go. Now it feels good. Now it floats. No slop. Feels good. It's like a precision fit. Blah, blah, blah. But too late. Got to get the other ones. Okay, I got it. I got the governor off. Wasn't easy, but this they thought ahead. They know you're gonna have trouble getting a pin on there or something. So what they did is they put a little keeper that just slides on, and then kind of there's a lump there that just notches onto the pin and stays. So that's clever, and it unhooks. It hooks right to the rack, which is this guy right here. This guy might be a little tricky getting back in place, but I think I can do it. Now the next thing is getting this weight thing off, because I got to turn that. I guess that's a nut. Okay, here I am. There we go. It's focusing. This guy, I got to get that out. So I just made this tool. It's out of a 13mm Craftsman wrench or socket. And I just spent forever on a grinder grinding it so it'll plug in there. I'm going to see what happens now. So most of the screws and bolts on this have not been crazy tight. Let's see what happens with this part. I got a vice grip just clamped here to the housing to keep the weights from spinning. Hopefully that'll hold it. And I'm pretty sure the right direction. Okay, I'm nestled down in it. I'm rolling the whole darn thing. And I got it bolted down to the table. Oh no, it's not moving. Oh, that's tight. That's tight. But the socket is getting down in there and it's working. I wonder if I should use an impactor or just try to impact it. Nope. Bent. See it? I bent it. So my tool's shot already. I got enough material I can make another tool, just grind it back down further and grind it off. But I don't think this is gonna work. I gotta go back to the drawing board. Whew. So I decided to take the screws out, because I could get all the screws out without taking that off. I might not have to. But what I do gotta do is get these spring all released so I can get this cam to slide on out. Well, that's what I'm gonna try anyway. Hey, why you gotta make so much noise?
I don't know, there's a mess. We gotta clean it up.
All right, we did it. It came out. So, and it came together. I don't have to monkey around taking all that apart. Thank goodness. Okay, so I'm pretty sure I can do the same thing with the other pump when I go to take the plungers out. Now, we've got one spring bent, which I can't get out. Oh, I was able to take the followers out. I put them in a row. Labeled one to the front. So I got to get this thing the rest of the way taken apart here. And it looks like I might have to do a little pounding. So I actually have to drive the plungers out, because the plunger comes out and then the barrel comes out the other side. So that's what I gotta have to do. I just said that's what I gotta have to do. Where's the hammer?
Well said.
Got it. How's it look?
That's what you're gonna use?
How's it look?
It's an awful thing to use.
Is it?
It's too pointy. Oh my gosh.
One.
Want to take it out?
Yeah. Well. Oh, these are tight, man. These were tight.
Yeah, we weren't gonna get it free on the track.
All right, so I don't think these were gonna get free. Maybe if we were a little more finessey.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, anyway. So it looks like everything's pretty much apart.
Check that out.
What?
They just do that.
Yeah, it's not a big deal. No. And we just broke those off. Yeah. Pounding on
That
it.
is a big deal.
That was stupid. But, okay, so now these parts should all come out. I think, these spring, well, this spring's the one that's bent. This one should just come out the bottom. And there it is. Okay, it's out the bottom. I'm hoping I could put these back together without popping these out.
Yeah, without popping.
Let's try it. Let's try one, just see if it'll work. Then I'll know if I have to pop them out or not.
You got different shims or something there too, don't forget. Oh, that's not a shim, that's just a retainer. That's the top retainer.
So can they go back together? Do I have enough room?
Wow, cool.
You did that one. So I just want to see if I can feed that in from here. There's no feeding it in from this side, I can see that. No, I think I'm gonna have to take those out, Con. I don't think I'm gonna be able to feed them up in.
No. Bummer.
No. So that's another, well, maybe. Oh.
Suspense is killing me.
It's killing me too. I don't know, man. I can't tell yet. Oh, here's a spring here that needs to go away. No. You know what? There's a reason they have those knockouts.
Oh, of course.
I'm gonna have to knock them out.
For milling.
So. Well, all these are gonna go away. So I'm gonna pull it the rest of the way apart, clean things up, see where everything goes, and take it from there, I guess. Okay, so I've gotten it down to this, and I'm figuring out how I'm gonna put those in there. I got them going stop to stop. And I think that's about right, the way it's supposed to do it. Now, the other pump, this kind of tells me injector pumps go bad all the time anyway.
Everything goes bad all the time.
Well, they do. They do go bad. So anyway, this is shut down. I'm pulling shut down. You can see the position of these little, I don't even know what you call them. They operate the plunger. Anyway, these don't work the same as the one on the other one. They go from like halfway, just that far. That's as far as they go. That's a very short throw. So I don't know if these have different plungers and barrels. I don't want to tear this one apart and ruin it just to find out I did a lot of work for nothing. So I've been scouring around and I'm finding where you can buy plungers. Now, on eBay, I don't know. But I also know a couple, got a couple numbers of injection pump rebuilding shops. See, I'm gonna see if I can buy plungers and put in it, and see if I could just get it running, because it seems like they're fairly cheap. Anyway, like, share, subscribe. See you on the next one.